Hey, how are you? I hope you're doing well. I have been dying to make this video as I feel like the topic I'm going to be talking about, I personally feel this skill needs to be used more because right now it does not feel at all that the people in this era, this year, 2022, are using more often, which is consideration. Hello, just a little quick note. If you hear anything in the background, I'm sorry about that. But just a quick note, if you see any parts more of the third of a quarter of the video and it seems a bit weird, found out that I put the wrong settings when I was recording this drawing, and well, there's parts where are a little bit choppy. Just to give you a heads up, I'm sorry about that. I have sorted it, so hopefully next time when I actually record again, it should be okay. Hope it's all okay. I'll let you enjoy the video. Bye bye! So, what's the meaning of consideration or being considerate? Well, my friend, it's to be thoughtful and understanding, whether it's the person's feelings or the situation, without harming anyone. And we use this skill, well, more people should be using this skill really, in our everyday lives for many reasons, and I mean many reasons. Example, when we're communicating with people, it could be when we explain something serious or passionate and even genuine. It can even be in questions too. This is where we would use consideration because it shows that we are actually being thoughtful, understanding, caring, as we should, towards that person or that situation. But if you just ignore what that person has said and be inconsiderate, which is the opposite of considerate, then that just shows you do not care at all for that person or that person's feelings. And that can really affect that situation, and continue to do so will just cause strain on other people who you interact with and even in your circle. And then eventually just be done with you and just cut you off and just don't want nothing to do with you. The problem is though, I feel like many people are being this way, are being inconsiderate, and it really shouldn't be that way because we're in 2022. People should be doing so much better, not the opposite. And trust me, the same people who don't use consideration would hate it if it happened to them. They would hate if someone's not being inconsiderate about their feelings. Unless they do not have a soul, then oh gosh, you need to go on a self journey and save yourself, because whew, that's not good. And to be honest, what do you gain of not being considerate and just hurting people? This wannabe God complex? Because in reality you do not gain actually nothing, and in the end of the day it just makes people want to cut ties with you and do not want to interact with you anymore. And people will figure you out eventually and say, wow, you are not a nice person. And you being inconsiderate can be so damaging, especially if it's towards a child or something extremely serious. And I'm going to use an example for like a child's perspective, I think it's called. Anywho, if a child's not doing well at school, or a teacher, a family member, child, it can be anyone who's like targeting your child, and then they come back home and tell you their problem. This is where you as an individual, as a parent, a guardian, could be sibling, mom, dad, any family member, friend or carer, you as that individual need to be considerate and support them the best way possible, because you as that individual shows that you care for them, you are considering their feelings and problems, and that your child is not alone and that they can trust you and feel safe around you. But if you are being inconsiderate and negative towards your child, and you continue to do this, that can leave a huge scar on your child's mindset, and it can even make them feel like they're alone, they are hated by you, and they feel upset towards you. It can also lead them doing worse at school and even being more targeted and changing their mindset negatively. and it could lead to them becoming even the worst person ever, and doing it, the negative actions you did to your child to other people and family members. Or they can be complete opposite and do way more better than you, and know to cut people who are similar to you out of their lives. They'll be showing you that they are not going to become like a disgusting being like you and actually do way more better. Really, it shouldn't be your child or that child showing you that you need to be this way, you need to be a better example. You should be there for your child, to grow that child up to be the best version of themselves. So you be careful of the actions you choose when a child or your child has a problem. Another example. Let's just say letter A person is texting or talking to somebody who you're very close to, and you check on them to see if they're okay, support them when they're needed, and even be considerate to this person who is going to be called B person. But here's the problem. You aren't receiving that back from B person, and they've been ignoring you for a good while. Let's just say over a month. When B person just randomly just says hi after a month like nothing's happened, this shows that they're being inconsiderate. If they repeatedly do this as well, that just shows they're not being considerate about your feelings personally. And yes, people can be going through something stressful or just any situation, no matter if it's intense or not. But you should at least let the other person know than just dragging it out. And it doesn't mean you have to go into full detail. Just say, hey, I hope you're doing okay. I'm sorry for being quiet. A lot is going on at the moment, but I promise you that I'm not ignoring you. I'll text you as soon as everything's all sorted. Take care / I love you. And that alone can just clear up so many questions for the other person who's like concerned to you and actually cares for you. It also shows reassurance and consideration. Now, if you as letter A person has told letter B person how you feel and asked why they've gone quiet, and they don't really give a great answer, like it's really poorly said or negatively said and doesn't show any consideration, I'm going to say this: it's best to leave B person, especially when they keep on doing that, because it just shows they don't respect you and they don't care for that relationship you've built, whatever the form it is, and they just don't care for your love and affection too. Like, you deserve people who actually enjoy your time, your support, your company, and especially the other person wanting to give all that back, all them free things back to you and love you for you. Now, you may feel that there aren't many good people out there in humanity, but there is. I know, because with how humanity is right now, it's a lot, and it can be very stressful and feel quite dark, but I can guarantee you that there are good people out there. It may take some time to find the right people and searching for them, but when you find that one good person, it will be all worth it. And you don't know, there could be even a part of your family too. If you're feeling alone though, and I just want to say this in the best way possible and explain this the best way possible, and I do apologise if I do make any mistakes, but remember, it's not the end of the world. Support yourself, treat yourself to something nice, work on any goals or dreams you want to get, work on your health, do self-love, do anything that you want in life or feel you need. Don't think that not having many friends or no friends at all is a bad thing, because it's really not. It's better to be by yourself and have no toxic people at all wishing you all bad, because then you could just work on yourself, do things for yourself as well, and you can support yourself as well. It's better to be in that scenario than to be in a scenario where you've got like 5, 10, hundreds of people around you who do not wish you well at all and actually want to see you be unsuccessful and crumble. So remember, you are important, your goals are important, your happiness and self-love are important, and plus being around yourself can be fun, and you You can't even discover things that you didn't even know you enjoyed and capable of. Now let's continue forward with the same example but a different scenario. B person actually has a good reason for ignoring you, A person, because you haven't been too nice to them and they actually want to cut ties with you because they can't take your toxicity anymore. And that's an actual valid reason for B person to do and say, and they have every right to either break that relationship with you or to try and work things out with you. Now, you as A person has to respect the choices that B person will make, because that just shows that you're being understanding and considerate towards them. And if not, then it just shows you're really immature and a very toxic person. Now, if B person does resolve the problem with you, A person, this is where you gotta show B person that you're willing to change for the better and be more considerate and actually do it, or it's just gonna lead to B person just leaving you for good. If B person chooses to break the relationship, then be considerate, understand them, and please, 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 leave them be. This will be a lesson, a learning lesson for you, A person, to learn from your mistakes and become a better person. Being toxic after and then harassing B person as well just proves even more that you're a toxic person, you have problems, and this is the same reason why B person has left you. And here we are at the end of the video. I really do hope that this has helped educate you all with when it comes to the meaning and use of consideration. As I've said at the start, it really doesn't feel like people are being considerate, and to be honest, it does make me sad because it shouldn't have to be this way. People should be there for one another and be considerate about people's feelings. You don't know what they are going through and the hard times, especially now. I really do hope humanity will get better and that people will start using consideration in the future, to be honest, because it's needed. If you have other examples or experiences when someone has used consideration or hasn't used consideration and how that impacted you or another person, share it down below in the comments, because you never know, some person could have related to your situation, and just talking things out can help. Of course, you don't have to share too much of your stuff, because your personal stuff, because it's only up to you if you want to, and that's your business alone. You can even comment on what you would like to see in the future too, or any feedback. I would really appreciate that a lot. If you enjoyed what I've created, then subscribe for more content from me. And remember, please show kindness, and that I wish you a really great day.